Realtree Pro staffer Joe Drake is no stranger to big bucks, and he always seems to be in the right place at the right time. And boy, wouldn't we all like to be, especially on this morning. With it barely light enough to film, a gigantic buck steps into the sendero. When a buck like this is spotted, well, let's just say no light or poor light doesn't really matter. Joe knows he may never see a buck of this caliber for a long time, if ever. A clean shot through the lungs.
Oh man. Pretty nice buck. South Texas on Encinitas Ranch. Beautiful 12-pointer, a lot of mass, mature buck. Doesn't get much better than that.
Ben McDonald teams up with Skipper Bettis for a hunt that neither will soon forget. With a cold front rapidly approaching, the blue skies will soon give way to cloudy, colder conditions.
The wind is real swirly. Looks like that front is coming through.
Right before dark will be prime time.
It might be a good afternoon.
Sure enough, a monster appears in the field to check does and keep the smaller bucks in line. With wind swirling, the deer in the field become alarmed and begin to clear the country, taking the huge buck with them. Ben has to act fast. Take him, Ben. Great shot. An awesome animal.
Totally incredible. You have got yourself one heck of a deer, fella.
Thank you, sir.
A no-hitter today.
I'm telling you, no doubt about it.
David went to work trying to fill his tag that he acquired. Well, let's just say by default. It's really a long story, one that David will never live down. High on a ridge, David had a great vantage point.
Man, you can see good up here. Boy, I tell you, this really gives Hunter a huge advantage, seeing this much country. The bug's got a big one behind.
With several oat patches planted in the bottom, the strategy was simple. Wait for the does to lure in the buck.
Hopefully there's a good buck. It's a good buck. Man, what a buck. It's on the road. Man, I think it's a good deer. That's the same buck we saw yesterday. Same deer. It's got to be. That's the same buck. He's running does. Come on, baby, stop.
After watching this doe urinate, the massive antlered buck investigated the spot and performed a lip curl. At 220 yards, David tries to hold steady. Good shot. Congratulations, David.
All right, I think he's down. What a buck. There he is. There he is. All right. There he is. What a deer. What a buck. All right. Golly, that's great, great buck. I am tickled. What a buck. Mexico is just a fantastic place. Got great deer. Look at the mass.
NASCAR superstar Dale Earnhardt is just that to millions of race fans, a star. But to Bill and David, Dale is just a great guy who's fun to be around in camp, but he's also a very knowledgeable hunter who's serious about taking big whitetails. As Dale and David settled in their tripod stands overlooking a mesquite flat, a northwest wind brought cold temperatures, high winds, but also buck movement. With the January rut in full swing, Dale gets the attention of this grown 10-pointer by grunting loudly into the brisk winds. The buck eases closer to check out a nearby doe. Great shot.
Come out over there and they spin around through here with them daggers. I think when he was standing right here when I first shot him. He didn't go far, 50, 20. Good deal.
Wow, that's a great job, Dale, and a fine-looking buck. He'll certainly look good hanging in the shop back in North Carolina. And the Realtree team looks forward to sharing a camp with you next year. Now let's join Bill also on the Encinitas as he prepares some cotton balls with Tink 69 in an area that's torn up with big, fresh buck sign.
Now all we gotta do is sit here and wait. Keep your fingers crossed.
Having caught a glimpse of a good buck in the area the day before, Bill elects to patiently hunt him with bow and arrow. Finally, late one afternoon, a wide, impressive 10-pointer appears over 300 yards away and immediately responds to the grunt call. As the buck closed the distance to Bill's stand, several does began feeding close by, and the buck checked each one. At 32 yards away, the buck begins feeding, and Bill comes to full draw. A perfect shot. Watch this incredible footage. Let's take another look at a perfect bow shot in slow motion. The hunt of the year.
Man, what a deer. Golly. Oh, look the way he fell over. Oh yeah. Folks, y'all don't know how excited I am. Let me just show you this deer. Let me show you this deer. That is a dandy, dandy buck. 10-pointer. If you can see real good, looks to be about 18, 19 inches inside. Good main beams. Perfect matchup on both sides.